Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. How Liam Spencer lost leading man status on Bold and the Beautiful. Liam Spencer has lost his leading man status on The Bold and the Beautiful, while Finn has taken his place as the new leading man, with Hope and Steffi both vying for his affections, while Will is also in the running for the role. Liam Spencer used to be the most in-demand man on The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffi and Hope fought over him for years. He went back and forth with both ladies and played their hearts. That's not the case anymore. Liam ultimately lost his leading man status due to his waffling ways. Finn, Tanner Novlin, is not a bachelor. He's happily married to Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Messingswood. But that didn't stop Hope, Annika Noel, from making out with him. As a result, Finn cemented himself as the new leading man of the daytime soap. Steffi is crazy about Finn. Even Liam's Scott Clifton secret smooches can't keep her away from her hubby. Steffi is hot for her husband, and so is Hope. She quickly moved on from Thomas Matthew Atkinson, especially after he went to Paris. Hope has had the hots for Finn. Despite her mom's pleas, she's having difficulty shaking these feelings off. According to Hope, Finn is the total package. He is a hero who will protect his family and is 100% devoted to his wife. Finn is everything that Hope wants in a man. But she already had that man, Thomas. Steffi and Hope moved from fighting over Liam to fighting over Finn. Yet, Hope always wants what Steffi has. She hasn't come to terms with her divorce from Liam. Hope also hasn't focused on herself as she promised. She spends most of her time pining for Finn or Thomas. Meanwhile, Steffi has a happy and healthy marriage and a thriving career. Hope's couture line, Hope for the Future, is on the brink of collapse if the numbers don't rebound. Where does this leave Liam? The guy who's flip-flopped between Hope and Steffi might get a new leading lady. Ivy, Ashley Brewer, is finally claiming her man. She's had her eyes set on Liam ever since she briefly returned months ago. The spoilers suggest there's another Spencer man who's in demand. B&B has shifted its focus to the younger generation. Fans didn't warm up to RJ, Joshua Hoffman, as they hoped. Will Krumaro is back in town. The spoilers suggest that RJ and Will could become romantic rivals. They already started off on the wrong foot, with Will asking RJ how he didn't know that Lisa Yamada, was a lunatic. Katie, Heather Thompson, wants her son to work at Forrester Creations. Will might take her up on the idea. This could dent RJ's future plans with his family's company. Move over, Liam. It looks like Will is here to stay. This young man could quickly take his place. What are your thoughts on Liam losing his leading man status? Sound off below in the comment section. Liam Spencer, once the golden boy of The Bold and the Beautiful, has found himself slipping from his leading man pedestal over the past few years. Once a fan favorite, whose charm, boy next door good looks, and romantic dilemmas kept viewers glued to their screens, Liam has slowly become a shadow of his former self. The tide shifted, and suddenly the narrative no longer revolved around him. It's a fall from grace that has fascinated fans, as Liam went from being at the heart of The Bold and the Beautiful's central drama to a character caught in the crossfire, lacking the same weight he once held. How did Liam Spencer lose his status as a leading man? The reasons are both layered and complex, involving his choices, relationships, and the show's evolving storylines. The love triangle fatigue. Liam's rise to prominence was largely due to his entanglement in one of the soap's most iconic love triangles, which pitted him between Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester. For years, this dynamic defined Liam's character. He was the indecisive lover, torn between the sweet, idealistic Hope and the passionate, unpredictable Steffi. The tension between these women and the tug-of-war over Liam provided the show with some of its most memorable moments. Fans chose sides, either rallying behind #TeamHope or #TeamSteffi, while Liam teetered between them, unable to fully commit to either. Initially, this storyline made Liam an appealing character. He was the object of desire for two powerful women, and his emotional turmoil made him relatable. But over time, the endless back and forth became repetitive. Liam's inability to make a clear decision or stand firm in his relationships started to wear thin. What was once compelling emotional conflict turned into predictable drama, and viewers began to lose patience. While the triangle helped elevate Liam to the forefront, it also became the very thing that led to his downfall. As the seasons rolled on, the once captivating triangle began to feel like a narrative crutch. Liam was portrayed as wishy-washy, fickle, and lacking the assertiveness that defines a true leading man. Audiences craved something new, but Liam remained stuck in the same cycle. His failure to evolve beyond the triangle diminished his standing and painted him as less of a romantic hero and more of a weak link in the emotional chain. Thomas Forrester, the dark horse. As Liam's storyline stagnated, a new force began to emerge: Thomas Forrester. Thomas, with his brooding intensity, complex psyche, and questionable morals, brought an edge to the show that Liam's character never quite possessed. While Liam played it safe, always striving to be the good guy, Thomas danced with darkness. He became the anti-hero that soap operas thrive on: flawed, unpredictable, and undeniably magnetic. The shift in focus to Thomas had a profound impact on Liam's position within the narrative. Thomas, with his deep-rooted obsession with hope and his manipulative tendencies, became the character driving much of the central drama. Whether he was plotting to win Hope's heart or scheming against Liam, Thomas was at the center of the storm. He embodied the complexities that made a character compelling, and viewers were captivated by his unpredictability. Liam, by contrast, seemed too predictable. His moral compass never wavered, and his conflicts lacked the same gravitas as Thomas. As the writers leaned into Thomas' darker storyline, Liam faded into the background, outshined by his rival's complexity. It became clear that Thomas had taken over as the driving force in the Hope-Steffi-Liam triangle, and Liam was no longer the man leading the charge. The over-reliance on good guy tropes. Part of Liam's decline can also be attributed to the fact that he was written as the quintessential good guy. In soap operas, leading men often walk a fine line between hero and anti-hero, but Liam rarely crossed into darker territory. His sense of morality was unshakable, and while that made him admirable, it also made him a bit one-dimensional. The most interesting characters are those who wrestle with their flaws, but Liam was often presented as someone who could do no wrong. He was always trying to do the right thing, whether it was for Hope, Steffi, or their children. But the problem with being the good guy is that, eventually, it becomes boring. In a genre that thrives on conflict, betrayal, and emotional turmoil, Liam's steadfast adherence to his principles made him feel static. His storyline lacked the tension and stakes that came from characters willing to cross ethical lines to achieve their goals. Where other characters like Ridge, Bill, or even Thomas made bold, risky decisions, Liam remained stuck in a moral box, unable to break free. This over-reliance on Liam's good-natured persona ultimately hurt his ability to maintain leading man status. Without the layers of complexity that other characters were given, he started to feel more like a supporting player in his own story. Lack of growth and development. For a character to remain compelling over time, they need to grow and evolve. Unfortunately, Liam's character arc remained stagnant for too long. His core conflicts, the love triangle, his attempts to balance being a good father and a good partner, remained the same year after year. Where other characters experienced deep personal growth, Liam continued to play the same role without much development. Viewers saw little change in his character. He wasn't learning from his mistakes or making significant shifts in his relationships. His constant indecision with Steffi and Hope became tiring. Where was the depth, the self-awareness, the boldness that defines a true leading man? Instead, Liam was stuck in a holding pattern, repeating the same choices and expecting different outcomes. The rise of other characters. Finally, Liam's decline was also a result of the rise of other, more dynamic characters. Ridge Forrester, Bill Spencer, and even Wyatt Spencer began to take on larger, more intricate storylines. Bill's ruthlessness, Ridge's love triangles, and Wyatt's romantic entanglements were all more engaging than Liam's repetitive woes. Even supporting characters like Carter Walton and Zen Forrester found themselves with juicier material. The writers began focusing on these fresher, more dynamic arcs, leaving Liam behind. His stories lacked the high stakes and emotional resonance of those around him. In the world of soap operas, where the most compelling drama wins, Liam was simply no longer delivering. Conclusion: Liam Spencer's fall from leading man status on The Bold and the Beautiful is a cautionary tale of what happens when a character remains too stagnant for too long. Caught in the same love triangle, stuck playing the role of the indecisive good guy, and overshadowed by more complex characters, Liam lost the narrative weight that once made him the heart of the show. Without growth, new challenges, or a willingness to embrace a darker side, Liam has slowly faded into the background, leaving fans wondering if he will ever reclaim his former glory.